I'm just going to keep attacking.
Well done. Thunder up, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Okay, guys, tremendous work in the first half. These fans haven't had a thing.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's a team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. It's been a clinic out there by Houdini.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the Magic, at the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Fry and Vucevic are the power forward and center. And it's Houdini in at the point guard position. Here's Houdini. He kicks to Vucevic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Vucevic has got his third basket of the night right there.
They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
You know, once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continued to attack it.
Nelson kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Nelson. He dishes it to Parsons. 5 to shoot. Here's Wright. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Wright's got his second basket of the game. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Houdini. And the basket good. And the Magic lead by 21.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Fry with the ball. And it's Nelson picking him up. Vucevic the pass to Houdini. They double him with Nowitzki. Can't hit. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And you look at the stat sheet from that night, I mean, the turnovers were just glaring. No way you're going to give up the ball as many times as they did and still win.
Well, not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense. Turnovers on the other side, that's the only way you're really going to be able to counteract giving the ball to the opponent at your end. Mavs ownership has made it clear their plans and hopes are that Dirk Nowitzki would remain a Maverick for the remainder of his Hall of Fame career. You look at what he meant to this team. The 4th most points scored with a single franchise in NBA history. A couple more seasons, and he could move up to 3rd in that category.
And Steve, you talk about Nowitzki's career with the Mavs, a perennial playoff contender. 2 trips to the finals, and of course the 2011 title.
Well, he's been the cornerstone. I mean, not just a great player, but a great teammate as well. Just the way he approaches his work on a daily basis. The influence that he's had on that franchise is just remarkable. And the investment that they've made in him and vice versa has pretty much made the Mavericks over the last decade plus.
Now here's Nowitzki. He has 6. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Here's Houdini. Back to Harris. Orlando moving the ball around. They get it back. Here's Houdini. Here's Vucevic. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Harris. The Magic shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. The free throw drops for Vucevic.
Nikola Vucevic has a basketball pedigree. I mean, it's pretty impressive. His father played professionally in Europe for more than 2 decades, including for the Yugoslavian national team. His mother was a player as well. So you might say his DNA was set up to play the game.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. He's looking for some old-fashioned offense right now. He wants the pick and roll to be the centerpiece of their game plan at that end of the floor. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. And Vucevic, a growing celebrity in his native Montenegro, building on his family's basketball legacy.
Yeah, Vucevic, perhaps not a household name yet in the United States, but the way he's begun his career, that may not be the case for long.
Now here's Harkless. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
The turnover difference hasn't been in their favor, but you know what? It hasn't really slowed them down too much. I like the fact they're staying aggressive here.
Mavericks trailed by 21. Ellis outside to the left wing, and Nowitzki wide open. He fires. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. And it's 8 points for Nowitzki. Magic have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Houdini. Buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, and that's his first 3 of the half. There may be more in store.
Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Dives for it. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession. And you talk about huge single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back, only one player, think of this, only one player in NBA history to go triple digits. And that's the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain, on March 2nd, 1962.
Yeah, 100 points. I mean, one of those records that stood a long time, and perhaps no player has so single-handedly dominated the game the way Wilt did.
Now here's Parsons after the miss from Houdini, and he gets it to go. Parsons got his second basket of the night. Here's Houdini. It's Oladipo on the wing. The three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trail by 20. Nelson outside. Nowitzki with the screen on Oladipo. The drive by Ellis, and it's blocked. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And it's Oladipo that time on the assist by Mo Harkless. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Orlando.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And another area where they've done a great job tonight is forcing the issue defensively and getting some steals.
Magic leading by 20. It's Oladipo on the wing. There's the pick. Passes it to Houdini. He feeds it to Harkless. Pass to Houdini. 6 to shoot. Nelson with the rebound. Nelson's got his third rebound on the night. Here's Wright. Boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
A different look for Dallas. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Wright. Harris comes in for Monte Ellis. And it's Felton in for Jameer Nelson. Gordon's checked in for the Magic. Evan Fournier comes in for Oladipo. No good from Houdini.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
And the basket by Harris.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
The shot's good.
Now he's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
Mavericks trail by 19. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Orlando's coach as he addressed his team. Their transition offense has to be a focal point, he told them. Points on the break are going to be crucial for the rest of this game. Something else he mentioned is that he's giving them the green light on offense. He wants to see a high volume of shots. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
That's a pretty good finish to a very shaky offensive possession.
Felton attacking. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Let's now take this time to run down the rookies with the highest rate of steals in the season's second half. You look at Houdini, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
You know, he's been figuring out the league. You can see by his steal rate in the second half of the season. He's just taken what he learned in the first half and really run with it.
Yeah, it's obvious, and has really been fun to watch him develop as an NBA defender over the course of his rookie year.
Now here's Felton. He's got 11. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. Dallas again missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Well, you talk about the great European players in NBA history. Dirk Nowitzki. Steve has to be right at the top of the list.
Well, without question. And another distinction, you know, for Dirk is possibly the greatest 7-foot shooter in basketball history. Actually, I think he is. And then with that high release, you know, his jumper is about the closest thing to an unblockable shot as we've seen, you know, since maybe the sky hook back in the day.
Now here's Felton after the miss from Houdini. Felton attacking. All sorts of time. Aminu misses.
Tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because he just can't find the range.
Harkless with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Now the feed to Fournier. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Magic lead by 20. For Dallas, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Outside, Felton. From the top of the key, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And that's now 10 points for Nowitzki. From mid-court, off target with that shot. And as we end the third. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Well, this is what you talk about when you have the offensive play coming together based on tremendous passing. It's the rhythm and flow that occurs that makes this a beautiful game.
Brandon Wright is out there with Aminu. Then it's Ellis. Then it's Nelson. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
He was right up tight on him on that attempt. Terrific D to throw off the shot.
And he did it without making too much contact and getting the officials' attention either. And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Orlando making some changes. Vucevic comes in for Gordon. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Fournier. Here's Houdini. They get it back. And it's Vucevic missing. Mavericks trailed by 18. And it's Harris off the drive. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Houdini's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Rebounded by Jameer Nelson. Nelson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Feeds it to Harris. It's stolen by Vucevic. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Houdini. Another miss by Orlando.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Nelson dishes to Ellis. With a step back and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage too.
J.J. Barea's checked in for Devin Harris. Here's Houdini. Another miss by Orlando.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Ellis goes in. Nelson, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. And that's 15 points for Jameer Nelson.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Fires from deep. Here's Vucevic, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And the Magic lead by 14. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Ellis outside from past the arc. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Houdini. Misses from short range.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
Now, here is Nelson. And a wide open look here for Ellis. A three-pointer is right on target. Ellis has got 6 in the quarter.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Vucevic with the bucket.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. I mean, their offense in the paint has not been up to par.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Nelson outside. Knocks it loose. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure. How huge has he been, giving his team the lift?
Without his work offensively, Steve, I don't know where they'd be. Shooting at great efficiency. I don't think they'd have a chance without him.
That free throw, no good. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for J.J. Barea. And he ends up missing both free throws.
Kevin, I didn't expect this uncharacteristic slump to last as long as it had. It must be in his head now.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Monte Ellis, a scoring combo guard, the highest career scoring average ever, Steve, for a player never to be selected as an all-star in this league.
Yeah, he's always been on that borderline. Some of it, Kevin, has to do with, he's only been on a winning team 3 of his 8 seasons. 2 of those in Golden State, and then, of course, last year in Dallas. But also think about the depth in the backcourt in the Western Conference. Boy, it's tough to make that all-star team.
Here's Houdini, guarded by Nelson. No good from Houdini. Here's Dallas. They're on a 16-6 run. Get the teardrop. Ellis can't get it to go. Orlando leading by 8.
And for Ellis, at times he's been criticized as a volume scorer and not a great defender. Sometimes these labels that players get are hard to shake, whether they're true or not. But I think you can see improvement in Ellis's game in both areas. And if he can help the Mavs win big, I think he could be an all-star. Should be an all-star.
And so here is Dallas following the bucket by Orlando. And Wright kicks to Nowitzki. Just 4 to shoot. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
You look at Ellis defensively, quick hands, great in passing lanes. And of late, he's done better one-on-one. I think playing for a detail-minded coach like Rick Carlisle has helped him at that end of the court.
And the shot is good.
This quarter has brought out the best in him, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Oladipo. Pass to Harris. Here's Houdini. The three-pointer, no good.
Tell you what, as well as he shot in the last quarter, Kevin, it's a total flip here in this one. He just can't get anything to go in the basket.
They get it again. Wright lays it up and banks it in. And now it's just a 4-point Orlando lead.
And at this stage of the game, that offensive rebound and putback is enormous. I mean, that feels like a 4-point swing.
Harris with it. Here's Houdini. Rebounded by Jameer Nelson. Nelson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And Parsons kicks to Ellis. Some solid defense from Harris.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage of such a tight game, I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Houdini, guarded by Nelson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
2 shots. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Showing off a very smooth stroke at the free throw line right there.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, startling that he'd even try that right now.
Houdini. Here's Vucevic. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Now, here is Nelson, and the call will go against Houdini. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
He just picked up his 4th personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys.
Ellis can't get it to go.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Here's Houdini. He shoots again, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he's got 15 rebounds, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
And he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. 56 seconds left in the game. Nelson kicks to Parsons. To the inside. Right. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
Here's Houdini. Left side Harris. Wide open look. And Wright pulls it down.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's stolen by Harris. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's Houdini. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, big numbers for you on the offensive end. How were you able to consistently get your shot?
It was all about working with my teammates to open up scoring opportunities. Not just for myself, but for all of us. The more chances we get as a team, the more we all score. And the better off we are in the end.
Well done. Kevin, over to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan player of the game.